What is up, guys? I'm Ben, and this is KameTrick. It's the channel where we party with friends by shredding in grassroots drift cars, or in this case, the sim rig. Thank you for coming in to check it out. What is up, JYT, Wild Racing, and Ozzy? Good to hear from you guys. Glad to have you aboard. Today we're going to be doing our live stream of the weekly KameTrick Drift Matsuri, which takes place on the KT Discord. Hopefully I've got the link in the description to the video, but if not, it's basically in the description of all of my social. It's on Insta, it's on most of my recent videos, so you can scope it out there. There's an invite, and if you're into real or sim drifting, you're welcome to join us. I may even pop in audio from the Discord. I will say there's zero chance that's going to be safe for work or, otherwise good for little ears, but we're just going to get down and shred. We're going to be on Minami to start out, which I actually haven't driven in sim or in real life, even though I've drifted at Ebisu. I was in a car that I was sharing with a group of people, and I felt like if I hit Minami, I would probably hit Minami, so I decided to wait, and then, you know how time goes, you just end up running out of it before you even realize that it's going by. So yeah, I really haven't practiced Minami in any way, so this is going to be really choppy. I'm sure I'm going to hit the walls a lot, but let's go shred. Let's find out. And we'll go ahead and pick up audio from the Discord as well. So I'll be keeping an eye on chat in between a couple of runs, 2 runs at a time probably, and then you'll get to hear all the guys in Discord. And of course they can't see the chat, but just to give you an idea of how our little jam sessions go. Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo.
Alright, so we are streaming to all the beautiful people of the internet. Make sure that you say things you wouldn't say to your mother. And I'll hop in and we can get shredding.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Bobby.
It's okay.
Oh, you're good. I actually haven't, I was telling the stream I haven't practiced on Minami at all, so I'm utter garbage out here, I'm sure. Yep, there's one wall hit. Down to second. Go up to third. Not enough. Need more clutch kicks. And I don't even know the back part of the track. Oh god. I just know this is going to be nasty. Yep.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
Some mayhem there on the first corner. Shit.
Yeah.
That's why I enjoy leading.
I have my scope all the way up to 100, so I cannot see anything.
I can't pay attention to the mini map through the smoke.
The whole entire track is smoke right now. I have my scope on 200.
Ooh, my
I guess we don't really have to drift the back section.
Oh man.
Oh. Whoa. Alright, doing a board slide. Board slide.
A bunch of goddamn people behind me. Where'd you guys come from?
Money shifted. Fuck.
Oh god, I
What's up?
Alright, hello.
Oh, too late again.
that smoke.
That is so hard.
Oh, my tires are
We'll get names on. I can't see who's who here.
Oh, yep, I ran out of gas.
There we go.
Sorry, ran out of gas.
Your game on your stream, Ben.
Ow.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Thank you.
Hold on, let me go grab a drink quick.
I totally forgot to switch the scenes.
Sorry.
My bad, bros. My bad, bros. Let's see. That is what we need. Oh, I'm so good at live streaming. Alright. Well, let me just follow you guys into the wall since I clearly don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, that dude went right into the wall. Okay.
Oh, man, he just got plugged into the wall.
What's the setting that puts the names on the cards?
Control L.
Specific.
Oh, too much. Let's try that again. Oh, too much again. God, I'm so not ideal at this. Hey, it's Benny Obscene. What is up, dude?
What up?
I did not see you in the Discord earlier, but it's probably just because I hopped straight into live stream. So you just got triples. How are you loving them?
I am absolutely loving them. They're obviously not helping my driving at all, but you guys all look great on the triples.
Well, that's good at least. Oh my god.
What just happened?
20
What just
cars
happened with
crash
me?
at once.
Me and that 180 just had birth.
Alright, let's see if we can't clean that up a little bit.
What's up, guys?
Oh my god, Res Dog, do you have your VR?
Yeah, I do, but I don't know how to make it work.
Oh my goodness, that's a rip.
You don't know how to make it work. You just plug it in and get your Oculus app.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta get an app.
Man, that is so difficult.
I thought I did.
No, I guess not. Try and like go to the type here to search and click Oculus.
Alright, oculus.com.
What's up, Shake and Bake?
Apps and
Good
games.
to see you.
Just go to oculus.com.
920,
Call it
G920.
Oculus.
Yes, G920 will work.
Dude, you should just be able to
But it
plug
won't
it in.
self-steer the way that you
I
want it to.
plugged it in and it comes
So
up
it
as a
will be,
as an audio
a lot
device,
more
but
work.
it doesn't show up as anything else.
Yeah, the driver
yeah,
go
To
down.
do all your
Yeah.
like counter steer, you'll have to really help the wheel by like aggressively throwing it.
Hey Ben, is it me or did you move your cam back?
I saw your comments about that. I pretty much reset my stuff every
Every game.
so
It looks
Probably.
further back.
Oh, that's I don't know what it is.
Ish. Tap it further back.
right up the berms. Starting to figure it out.
Hey Red Star, did you get power back?
Oh, that's
Yep.
too late. Wow.
Just got power today.
That's great.
It's been
I
a
hear
fucking
they
rough
said
3
they're
days,
not
dude.
doing it anymore until like way later. And then that's what NPR said.
Yeah, I fucking hope they never do that again. Damn, 7.3 gigabytes for Oculus software?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking.
Holy shit.
Oh, Lord.
I couldn't update it on my old computer just because.
Oh,
of the
sorry,
battery.
Shadow.
Good.
Well, I'm gonna go shower
I
real
was
quick
like
when I
all of
get
a
back
sudden
down
spinning.
here.
I'm like,
I'll
wait,
set it
I
up.
wasn't looking over there. What's going on?
I'll be back, guys.
Alright. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that was nice. Alright, I had one good jump, finally.
Okay, you still on the black one?
What? Yeah.
Oh shit, that red hash just
Whoa.
got air.
Alright, let's try that again. Oh god, I'm dead. I could stay in it.
So bros.
Oh my goodness. Hey, what's up, Ignited Garage? Good to see you, buddy. Oh lord, I am trying to survive here, and it's not going ideal. I've had like one good jump. But to be fair, I don't actually know how to drive Minami. There's my boys at OTM. I'm gonna follow you guys. OTM is one of the other Discords that I haunt. Good dudes. They're all excellent at tandem. And as you can see, really tight, excellent lines. I'm just not as good in sim as I am in my actual car.
Oh, a little too much wall.
Just a little bit, Shadow?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, okay.
Oh, too much. I'll just bail.
Shadow, did you end up turning everything off in your VR screen?
This is a decent jump.
What?
Did you end up turning off everything? Like all your apps?
What's up, Sneak? You in Discord?
No,
Yeah,
I still
first
got
I didn't know you
my
still got them
player
all
on
up.
the app.
Gee, I can't do that. It takes up too much screen.
It doesn't take up any screen. You look right through it.
Oh, my bad.
I normally just have the chat up to like the bottom right or something.
They don't even have chat out.
That's the only one I have up, if I have it up. Other than that, I just don't have any apps.
Oh, yeet! That dude went flying.
Oh, too much.
Oh!
Of
I
course.
barely kissed your bumper.
So, Ben, I'm
Yeah.
saying, I'm digging it. I really like
Cheers, I appreciate that.
the V31.
Yeah, it's a beautiful case. Oh god, what a spaz.
I tried to go for like all the maximum USB ports I could get. So I have like the 4 on the front, and then I think I have like 10 in the back, just for my motherboard.
Yeah, I've got something pretty similar.
Yeah. Like
Definitely.
I just kept going through so many motherboards, just like, oh nope, this one has 6 USB ports. Next.
I know, you need a ridiculous amount these days.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking about getting an external, not an external one, but like one that hooks up to your power supply and goes like under your GPU. Thinking about getting that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I don't know. I also want to get the Rift S, and that'll eliminate 4 sensors. So that's 4 USBs that free up.
That's true.
It doesn't need the little camera things either, right?
No, it's got them all in the controllers, and I'm really hoping they come out with like hand tracking, like the Quest has. That'd be sick.
Oh, too early. Way too early.
What's up, fellow Laurel driver?
Hey, what's up, Lefty? Sarah, how's it going? Thank you all for coming by and checking out the stream. We've got the whole crew on audio, which may or may not make any sense.
Oh.
The Discord's kind of quiet on your stream.
Is it?
Yeah, the last time I listened to it, kind of muted when I joined in.
I didn't think I didn't actually do anything to get it set up, so it could be that the audio is just going to be trash for that. Whoa.
Just a squad of S chassis, holy cow.
Oh, somebody got friggin' booted and I booted into you.
I think I'm getting subtle requests to actually drift this part of the track.
Ooh, that was close.
It's alright. It's not that quiet. It's decent to your voice at that level.
Oh, well, that's gonna look like a great picture.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was like mirror. I mean, I'm like a car behind you, but we both went yeet.
Oh, I can make it so it looks like you're right beside me.
Yeet.
Yeah, that feels decent. Alright. Starting to figure the track out. A little bit.
So obviously you got triples. Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Oh god.
I got lucky and caught I had a single. They had that same mantra on loop on super clearance. So I picked up
really?
2 for like $90 a pop. Sold
Wow.
my Oculus
Suicide, bro.
for more than I paid for it for certain loads too.
That's sick. Yeah, you got sick with it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, me and other Pat have got old guy syndrome.
Dead. Dead, dead, dead. Does drift band Trevor make sense? No, it doesn't.
A little too much on the angle there, my bad.
Just a little bit, bud. Oh.
Alright. Let's try to die on the jump this time.
Ah, I didn't unwind enough, my bad.
Third gear.
All good, all good, man. All good, all good.
There it is.
Even whenever you hit the dirt just flies everywhere.
Yeah. That was good.
Oh, too much brakes.
Floor it, there you go.
Hey, Ben, I just seen your entry. That was sick.
Yeah, what I realized that's very different about jump drifts, which I don't really practice a whole lot. I've only done like 2 or 3 on my channel. But
Where are you going?
like I let go of the
I
wheel
got, like, a
when
weird,
I'm
like,
transitioning,
habit, I just
and you
kinda
have to
said,
stay
"Fuck it, I'm
on
gonna
the
go with
wheel in order to control stuff when you land. Otherwise, it all goes really badly.
Yeah, it helped if you also go in with like a little bit less angle too, especially on this one.
Are you in right now?
No, I'm not driving tonight. I don't know. I might, maybe not. Probably not.
It's all good.
Ah! Trying to be a hero with it. No, it didn't work.
I was about to say, Tucker, when was the last time you pitted?
Yeah, my tires were pretty bad.
Yeehaw! Oh, shit.
Oh, yeet.
Try to grab the OTM crew when they come through next.
Wow.
Star-Lord,
sweet.
what is up, dude? Yeah, download the cars. The links are in the Discord, and then hop in. Come shred.
Yeah, I'll get them for him.
All right, here comes those guys. Bed.
Oh no. Excuse me.
You good?
Yeah.
We got way too much.
Damn it.
Oh, we could have. We had that.
Okay, let's try that again. Nope, too hard. That is more difficult than I anticipated.
What, the jump?
Yeah.
You're going too wide. You gotta go really far inside on it. Like almost flip your front with that front inside wall.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I noticed every time you smack it, you just go too wide, and it's from your initial flip in.
Yeah, I just don't have any like markers for this track yet or landmarks.
Yeah.
So-
So like what I normally do for the flick in, I'll normally do it like right before the little S, and I'll flick it the other way, and then I'll flick it right back in and dive in like straight for the inside wall.
Yeah, I've just gotta work my way there is all. And I haven't gotten to follow like anybody who knows what they're doing yet. Although I might have a chance now that I'm behind Sneak. And Uza. Oh yeah, they went in with like nothing. I said they went in with like no angle at all.
Yeah. You go in with like no angle because it's just such a like a long turn, and then they dive in super steep and towards the front wall too.
I guess so. I'm gonna try to land somewhere in between that, just cause like going in over the jump in basically a straight line doesn't feel enough like an internet hero move to me. So I'm just gonna kill myself every run instead, because that's what internet heroes do, right?
Yeah. Oh, Toka, did you move the camera back more?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I like it. I think this is better.
Yep, that's totally how it works.
I turned the smoke literally off.
Yeah, there's like barely any smoke, and it looks way
Bacon
better.
cheeseburgers. God, make me one.
Oh, yeah.
I know
Yeah,
that probably sounded
that's how
random
I-
as hell in Discord, but
So good, that's how my smoke looks in game. Now it's a tad bit more, but that's about what it's like.
In VR.
ooh,
Yeah,
Oh shit.
like if you look at your stream, like it's that like, I mean, we're low power cards anyways, so they're not gonna make
strange.
Let's go. Going way too deep. Not following him.
I think
Over to
Whatever.
Fuck it.
Oh lord. At least my accident dodging skills are as good as they are in real life.
Oh god. There's just a car fucking rolling past me.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, bad.
That's crazy.
Alright. Nope, not enough.
The rest of the track, you're killing it though, man. It's that entry, it's like 50-50 for you.
Very much 50-50. Possibly 40-60.
Maybe. Like a brake bias. I mean, or yeah. Reverse brake bias.
I've straight up never tried Minami before, so I knew that it was going to be just kind of a bad start. Thanks for the bump, whoever that was. I was about to spin. I needed that.
You saved it. Wow. I thought you were gonna smack that wall.
Oh man, that is so difficult.
Oh. Screw off Nightbot, no one likes you. Took your Nightbot blocks my links for him. Yeah, I know. Nightbot goes, I can do this all day, stop posting links. What an F. F in chat.
Excuse me, we'll just go around. Oh boy. Alright. Trying to get it figured here.
Toto, on your stream, like everybody just smacked that JZX90. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was crazy. Like he's just chilling on the road and they just all plow into him.
It's fucking rowdy in here.
It is. We're lawless today.
Oh my god. People pushing me out of pit when a 3-person train's coming down the hill.
Sorry, Benny. That was me. That's not how they say hello in Japan, I promise.
Konnichiwa.
Konbanwa. Alright, let's shred. Faster, faster! Okay.
Nailed it.
Here, you can come follow me. Try my third gear entry.
Alright, Togo, see if you smack a wall.
No. Spoilers.
Alright, you ready?
You didn't smack a wall. So proud.
There's still time.
Whoa.
I'll clip it and like say
Whoa,
IRL
shit.
drifting gone wrong.
Oh my god, there's pile up.
It's that JZX90 again. He doesn't have a quick pit button, and everybody just smacking into him, so it moves, and he can kind of stop the lead.
Too hard.
Since it hit him and he moves.
It's my fault.
It's kind of a garbage line.
Oh, snap. So we're gonna get this for man.
Trying to.
Nice line.
You're getting a lot more angle than than they are, so it's like,
Oh, shit.
full away.
Oh lord, and I'm dead.
Oh, never mind, they all piled up.
Choked up hard on that
So
corner.
I've died like 30 times already. It's been good times. Hey Ben, we got Kazuya Taguchi coming drifting up in Canada this weekend. Gonna be awesome meeting him. Taguchi-san, that's sick. Yeah, man. Oh, well, you'll have to tell him hi for me. If, well, I'm actually gonna be at a drift event tomorrow too, but I was gonna say, if you end up needing, like, anything translated, then, message me, maybe I can help. Giannis. Yo, my wheel setup. So this is a Fanatec CSW V2.5, so just your standard Fanatec Club Sport wheel. They're 3-pedal kit. I have, you can't see it, it's off camera, but they're 6-speed gated shifter, 7-speed gated shifter, and they're e-brake. I got everything used because I'm not that rich, but it is really awesome gear. It feels great to drive.
How much did you buy it all for?
$1,000.
Yeah, you saved about $500.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, and it was basically super gently used.
Yeah, it's all what I just linked is what you got, except an added. Or no, that's exactly what you got is what I just linked. It's rowdy here.
I gotta turn my own fucking smoke down.
Oh yeah, and I've been looking at your triples.
Dude, I can't see
rowdy.
it.
Yeah.
I've just turned my smoke off for this, and I'm still seeing some,
Yeah.
but it's not
Well,
bad
yeah,
at all.
I have my smoke on minimum, like right below off, and like the lowest will go.
I don't know if I noticed that setting.
Yeah, like I go to like right above off,
Okay.
like low or minimum.
It's terrible. Let's just forget that happened.
Mine's way down. I'm just gonna turn it off.
Is it just me, or has
Someone
the
stole my RX-7.
either people quit
And
crashing,
I don't
which
run
is
the
unlikely, or the lobby
custom
thinned out?
shares. Oh no.
Oh no.
Who took
Oh
your
no, there's
RX-7?
everybody. I need to cut a few more solo laps anyway. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this.
Oh, it was running with the devil, aka running. Or great.
Oh lord.
We'll see how this goes.
The F-15, in my opinion, the F-15 is the only car worth driving.
Isn't this your pack?
No, it's not my pack.
Oh, which pack are we using?
DWS.
Wiseman.
Oh,
Yeah.
shows how much attention I paid.
Just get in and start throwing down, that's all.
That's pretty much. If I don't have to download the cars, I don't care what I'm driving. That's Ebisu style. The only thing people worry about is, does it run? If it does, then you go shred. If it does not, then you cry or fix it. Yeah, that's feeling alright. Oh, that was not what I wanted.
Oh no.
Quick pit. That would never have happened if I had been driving actually where I could feel the G-forces, but the rear came loose right before I went over the jump, and it put me super wide.
Oh wow, jeez, yeah, you killed yourself on that one.
For real. But like, it's just because I'm half blinded by not having those G-forces. Someone sponsor me a motion rig, please. It's hard not to pull out in front of somebody when you mess up. Hey, Benny. Yo, I am behind you. Do you want to follow me through the jump? Or are you not on voice anymore?
He's here, he's on voice, but I don't see him
Oh,
talking.
voice, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, there.
I was gonna say, like, it's definitely a third gear thing. It's like second, of course you don't have a run to go into third, and then, like, that's the gist.
Nice left foot brake.
Whoa, bro.
Crazy. Not gonna lie though, TJ Hunt kind of killed it on Pat. He did better than I thought he would do.
He killed it on what?
Pat's Acres.
Oh, did
TJ
he?
Hunt, yeah, he made a video and it wasn't a bad video. It was like raw edited. It was really nice, but he went to Chelsea and it was like drift school.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check that out. Here, we'll do that jump one more time. We'll just hang out behind these guys. Because if you get that, like, the whole rest of the track's not too bad. So second gear, floor it, into third, little clutch kick over the jump, and then e-brake if you need it, foot brake. And since I'm trying to explain shit and not actually drive, I just messed it up. But if you can just not die going over the jump, you're pretty much set.
Ah, shit.
It's too high.
Good, got close to the wall there. I'm like 30 seconds behind you.
Yeah, oh yeah. I don't know how to fix that. I couldn't find it.
It's in low latency settings. Do you use OBS or Slobs?
Swabs.
Alright, yeah, there's a button there that you can do it, and then there's one on Twitch as well. I can show you, I'll show you how to do it later. You have a gigabyte down and up, so
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to
you'll be
handle
able to
it.
do it without a problem. Still people
On the
need
low?
a gigabyte down and up, and you said it cost you what, $25 a month?
$20 a month. It's between 4 people though.
Oh, okay, now that makes sense.
Yeah.
Worth it though.
Hell yeah.
Now, that big old room, is that just like an extra room game plug? Or is your room there, like your bed in there?
Yeah, but that's it too.
Oh, okay. That's sick though, you can fit all that in your room. I wish I could fit all that in my room.
Too tight there. Alright, so I think I'm starting to get this jump figured out. Ugh. As the car loses traction right over the, just before the jump again, die. Oh, that's annoying. Speak in smaller letters.
Hey Toki, your sound's messed up again. I just now realized it. I just started looking at it. I'm like, why do I hear different sounds? But it's going off the sounds from your R32.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that.
Try not to bash into this red S13. Oh, the sand, come on.
You guys want to track change? Or you guys bored?
I'm gonna try to change.
Anybody got any inputs for track?
I think that's Sumisuto Kart.
Sumisuto Kart.
Yeah.
We could do Meteora.
Plenty of room for all of us.
See if I can't join that train again. Take a quick break. What did you guys think of the new stream starting soon screen? Did you see it?
I wasn't able to catch it. Oh, wait, is it playing right now?
No.
Yeah, I wasn't able to catch it then.
I think we should do episode last.
Oh, Kita. That's not Kita. Yeah, I forgot the actual name of that. Yeah, that thing. They just do that for the entry. I don't know. Very random friendly. We can do Proving Ground or Sumisuto. That's fine. That's like the two things that kind of interested me. Things I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling Sumisuto.
You want to do Sumisuto?
Yeah. Too much. Slowly working my way towards the front of this train. Whoa. Maybe they just lagged. Maybe I just lagged. I don't know what that was.
No.
Oh, that's you changing the server.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, in that case, we'll go to that stream starting soon screen for 1 second while I change servers.
Random.
Alright, so are we back? We should be back. Yes, we are back.
I'm in.
Star-Lord, what happened? I was in the back and everyone just drove off the map. So we were just changing the server over from Ebisu to Sumisuto Kart 2018. Yeah, so Danny just changed the track. He is one of our mods and he's got the server control. So sorry about that. It was just the timing because we do a track change or two throughout the course of the night. The Discord will have the updated link, but the car pack is the same and the track is Sumisuto Kart 2018. Actually, my last video was on it, so you can find the link to the track there.
I really did like dig the first what's it called? Like the first camera position you had during your video. Like maybe it was like the second or third.
I had like the one that was probably behind me, like the over the shoulder
you could see
one.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. And then you could have like another camera on top, facing down.
I forgot to
Like
turn
on
on
top of one of
boost.
your screens.
Yeah, yeah.
you
Once I build a separate shelf from my screens, because right now my screen is literally sitting on my my rig, and so when I clutch kick and stuff, it actually shakes it, which I don't hardly notice driving. Let me turn up the boost. There we go.
But you would notice it on a cam.
Yeah, I tried it, and it looked so unprofessional. It was
Right,
like
yeah.
it was just mounted on a slinky during an earthquake. It was terrible.
Yeah. I see you're in the S15 though. Do you like that more than the
Oh
other one?
Lord. Not yet.
To me, it has a lot more grip, and I just like that.
No, I do like it. For some
The other
reason,
cars felt like ice to me.
the FOV feels really different to me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of trying to adjust to that.
It could be the front grip, like the different levels of front grip.
Yeah, maybe. I got out of it because I thought I was going to hit that guy. Let's do a few laps to warm up and then see if we can't make a train. I'll end up leading one if I just drive for a little bit. Oh man, everything is too late. I feel like my brain is lagging. Wow, I have no idea what I was doing. What's up, Siggy? I followed you right into that wall. Up to third. Too much.
I cannot get that final corner down.
so bad. I'm trying to get used to that new car radar, and I ended up looking at it and not being able to track what my car was doing, and I spun it. Yeah, I'm gonna change cars. I'm not about it. Also, what is up in Discord? Everybody's probably got me muted because I'm talking randomly to the people watching.
I don't have you muted.
All right.
No, I don't think we're talking.
It's just oddly quiet.
Alright, I think I'm gonna get off for the night.
Alright, dude.
Alright, later, guys.
Peace.
Bye. I feel like the 180 is like my favorite car right now.
Yeah, I'm going back to the 180 as well. Roar, yo yo yo, are you on streets or semi-slicks? So these are the DW Wisefab packs, and I think they're modded with a grassroots tire?
Oh yeah, they're on the grassroots.
Yeah, they're on a grassroots tire, so neither actually. Surface grip of the server. The guy who would know that just signed out of Discord. So, that one I am not sure, sorry. Jeff, hey, am I going to make Team Bash tomorrow? I haven't uploaded the video where this happens, but spoiler alert, I broke my car. So, I'm done for the season. I've got to do some engine repair work and ship my wiring harness off for work as well. Physically, I'll be there. I'll have stickers. I'll shoot some video and hang out with everybody. So, yeah, we can hang. But unfortunately, I won't be there to drive unless somebody lends me the keys to their car. Starlord, can't find the lobby. So...
Here, if you want, Cam, I can give you a direct link to put in your stream, or I can put one in there.
Yeah, just drop one on the in the AC chat, if you don't mind. Alright, Starload, so that's what we're going to do. Just hop into the AC chat channel on our Discord, and we're going to drop a link in for you. Thank you.
Big tar, or you can commentate, whatever, I don't care.
Big tar, thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright,
So what happened to your life car?
I blew out the rear main oil seal, at least.
That's right. I remember. I forget if it was like an Instagram story or whatever, but it was just like oil.
Yeah, oil everywhere. I haven't checked to see if there's like oil and coolant mixing yet, so I'm not sure about that. But either way, I already needed to pull the wiring harness and get that out, and now with the rear main seal dead, I have to pull the whole engine out of the car anyway, so I wasn't in a huge hurry to try to do that in a week or two, and just I wasn't trying to deal with that. I'll just call it a season and drive on Sunday.
That's a winter thing.
At this time in the season, absolutely, I'm not about it. Have you driven Sumisuto?
What?
Have you driven this track before?
Just a couple times.
Okay. Yeah.
I like the layout of it.
It's got a really fun flow.
Kind of judging speed, especially coming into this turn right here.
Yeah, that first turn is always hard. The whole rest of it you can almost do in second. I do go up to third for this turn coming up, so I stay in second here, and then on the transition, I transition tight up to third, and then kind of float out wide, and then e-brake, or if I can take the right line, I don't have to, and then back to second again.
I put the invite link in your chat.
Thanks, Big Tire. So yeah, then at this point, it's just cruising in second gear. Back up to third, throw it in towards the wall, little foot brake so we hopefully don't go into the wall. Oof. Back to second, and that covers the track.
Do you run stock tune?
At the moment I'm running just the stock tune. I haven't touched it because I'm lazy.
With 100 turbo or 50?
I'm running 100 right now. Probably just because I'm trying to talk during stream, but my lines are always kind of all over the place if I don't focus. Yeah, I like the 180 way better, actually. Maybe it's the lack of grip, but the way that I float cars around turns and into walls. Parked it again. That was quite bad. Sorry, guys. Alright, I'm caught up. That awkward moment when like everything's really good, and then as soon as you change order, you just miss it. I have been there most of the time. A decent train. What's up? Oh, too much. Shit, my bad. Alright, good job, Star-Lord. Jeff, I know, man, my car keeps... It's like every time that we could drive together, my car breaks. It's not what I like. Jacob, thank you for posting the invite link. Very good. I'm sure that's an old comment, because I'm behind.
I just messed up.
Siggy! What is up? the other wall, don't hit the other wall. Shit. Unlucky.
There's like cars on ice grass.
Yeah, the grass here is brutal.
I was completely on brakes and e-brakes and like my car was sliding. Oh, and I just got cut off. That's the one thing that sucks. People don't look in their mirrors and they just pull out in front of you.
Yeah. I try to just use the track map, which helps a lot.
Well, I have to because I use real head motion, so it's like hard not, like I can't look anywhere with real head motion. And that's not in the motion. So
Right.
that's what I do, but something like, it just kept pulling out.
I've tried real head motion. It just messes up my ability to, I guess, like, detect how much angle the car is picking up.
If you're an IRL drifter, you might as well just go with VR because it feels so much better.
What if I could? It makes me, I get VR sickness bad.
Oh!
Siggy, what's up with that left foot brake? There's nobody in front of you. Not expecting you to slow down there, that's all I can say.
This map probably mayhem for everybody who's on right now. I think I might crash.
I'll just leave. Not about that e-brake life. Not about that left foot brake life. Come on, guys. Ah, got the wall. And my mouse is on camera, which aggravates me. There we go.
If I make your gun want to, but something that feels really good with the 380 is a tune on 90 horsepower, and then in the front you got 72.
90 and 72 for what?
For turbo, run 90 and then 70 for the front toe.
Oh, okay, okay.
That feels really good, personally.
Oh, I got distracted. Who's following right now? So whoever it is, we're having some good runs. There we go. Ooh, almost got that wall. All right. This is going to be a sick replay. Hop back to the pit for 1 second. Check on my peoples. Sarah, oh, the leg got him and he was so young. Oh, that's legit. That's funny. Yeah. It's nice to be able to do these. We try to do them on nights when most folks are available, but it's hard to get everybody in. Do I have a look right button? I do not have a look right button. At least I can turn on lights. Hey, twinning. Whoop, whoop. Alright, who's leading?
I will.
Alright.
I'm in the red.
Yeah, I see it. You're doing great chases earlier.
Yeah, I think 72 is,
I'm pretty happy with the stock tune.
I like stock tune, but
Something is hilariously wrong with some of the tires of the cars that I'm seeing in my stream.
last time I was on the server, all the cars, the only thing they were all driving on their rims. And then their tires were like above their cars.
What I'm seeing is hard to describe. Like, when the tires are locked with the e-brake drag, they look fine. But when they're spinning, they have, like, what I can only guess is an attempt at some kind of a motion blur that just looks like there's, like, a grating on them. Oh, that was so dirty. I feel like in these cars, if you grip up, it's difficult to get back into drift smoothly. I guess that's normal though, like, you just don't grip up when you're drifting, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, the one thing that sucks about these cars though is if you're in a drift and then you stop a drift and you try like
Like reinitiate?
Like try flicking it in to a corner, it does not work with these cars.
Yeah.
You have to either use your clutch if you flick or use your foot to flick it.
I pretty much just do weight shifts with everything, but I agree, if you were drifting and then you grip up, it's a lot harder to do.
Or like, you know, your front tires are really grippy and then your rear tires aren't, and then all of a sudden it will just flop it like in the middle of a random drift that you're doing, and then it will just mess your whole lineup.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'll
Like
wait for the fan to catch up a little bit.
These cars are nice.
Yeah, they feel pretty good.
Like, I think it was Vortex is that game?
Yeah, Vortex is a machine. Oh god. Oh man, I died really badly. I am extremely dead.
E-brake! Don't work on the grass.
Ah.
Cannot see with all this smoke in my face.
Yeah, the smoke mods are sick, but they're like too good.
Well, I'm running it at 200, so it's like, I can't see.
Trying not to hit my peoples. For those watching in the stream, hopefully the audio mix is better. The last time I did a live stream, it was terrible.
It was pretty good when I was in the stream.
Right on. That is good to hear.
Oh god.
Eat.
Kind of cool one day to do like FD with like all of like KameTrick and OTM, do like a big Formula Drift.
Oh yeah, we've done some bashes before.
Like I'm talking about though, like go to like an FD track with like the
oh, like okay, IRL, yeah.
With like, I think that'd be pretty fun to kind of do like KTM KameTrick versus.
Good times, everybody.
Are you out?
Thanks for tolerating the JZX90.
Dude, it's all good. Seat times are good times, and we need them, so this is the place to do it.
Hey guys, have a nice weekend.
Yeah, you too, buddy. Thanks for coming out.
I feel like it's only me and you in this chat.
It might be. Oh god.
I think there might be one more person in here.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check. We got Ronan and Shadowhunter in here as well. There's Shadow. What are you doing, Shadow? You're just chilling.
Oh.
Sorry, Ronan. The one guy that's in the chat and driving.
It's all good.
About
Shit, now it's fun.
It's always what happens. Something like takes you out of the zone for a second,
Oh,
and you
I
think
have,
it's
I
gonna
have
be fine.
problems by that.
Sup, wall. That's all right.
I'm gonna take the dirt.
So in that case, that means I'm gonna be behind Ronan. I like that pun, by the way. Oh.
Oh my, I'm in the pits. I look to one side and all I see is white smoke. I don't see anything.
Oh, I think I got bumped. Not sure what that was, but we'll get over it.
Be cool sometimes do like a parking lot drift bash. I think we've done one or two.
Is that in sim or like actual?
Sim.
Okay. Celerity. I want to grab a Fanatec, but I need to escape the poverty line first. Or you could be doing fine and then buy one and get into the poverty line. I mean, it's kind of the same deal.
Hello.
Almost pulled out. Well, I guess I succeeded in pulling out in front of you, but good job averting disaster. I feel like this track is almost too big for the number of drivers that we have. Like, unless we make a concerted effort to stack up somewhere. Oh, that was a terrible transition. I lost all my momentum. Right, so track strategy for Sumisuto. I feel like I'm way faster than Siggy. I'll just chill. Oh god. Why does that always happen?
Oh. I couldn't see anything with a white car and a whole bunch of white smoke, and all of a sudden I didn't see you.
Yeah. I was trying to talk through things while driving and just didn't do a good job of it.
I'm gonna take like a 5-10 minute break and join the stream for a little bit.
Right on.
Hopefully my car's not too slow.
So we are out here running Sumisuto Kart 2018 in the VW Wisefab pack, which was put together by the guys from OTM. Ted Bundy, I believe,
Hey guys,
made this mod. Hey, what's up? Who dat?
it's Res Dog. I'm in VR right now. I'm trying to figure this shit out.
What up, man?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, buddy.
Okay, well, I don't know what's going on with my headset right now. I've been driving for like the last half hour. I've heard you guys up.
Yeah.
Really?
Pretty good goals with pretty Kame over here.
So I'm like stuck now. I don't know what to do. It says now playing reset view. Look forward and press a button to reset your view.
Oh man, that was bad.
It says you're opening an app from an unknown source. Oculus has not reviewed this app for security, comfort, content, or health safety. Continue. Please remove your headset and visit settings.
There you go.
General. Alright.
That I cannot help you with. Sorry.
I got it.
All good, dude. How you?
Like 4 days ago.
So do I click unknown sources or?
There's a button that says, allow unknown or whatever.
Allow.
Now restart the app. Restart this.
Because it showed up on the screen that I was in VR, but it didn't show up in the Rift that I was on VR.
You have to have Oculus that app.
Okay, so I've got Oculus app open,
That has to stay open.
and I gotta switch this over to my headset because this is like, my girlfriend don't want to hear us talking. All right, 1 second. Let's see.
So yeah, I'm gonna pit as well. I think I'm gonna hop out of the Discord and just talk to my peeps in chat. Oh.
Okay,
1 second. Alright. So I took a small break to hang with the Discord crew, and now we're just going to do some plain old driving. Really, I should probably do it more like this a little bit more often, just because it's more entertaining for you guys to be able to talk. And there's too many conversations going on in Discord for me to stream and keep it interesting for those of you all who are taking the time to watch, which I super appreciate that you do. So here we are at Sumisuto Kart 2018. This is a track that I really enjoy. It's got a good flow, and it's fairly straightforward to drive. You can also get some nice tandems going on here. And it's quite wide, which is a mixed bag. The fact that it's wide makes it easier to get the hang of, but to a degree when following somebody, the wider the track, the harder it can be to follow because you can't predict where they're going to be. Like for me, sometimes I take really funky lines and end up cutting the inside a lot, which is not ideal for gentlemen tandem leads, where you're trying to make it easy for the chase car to get up onto your door. But basically you come through the start, third gear, throw it in a little foot brake down to second, pretty heavy on the throttle and hang it out as wide as you can, and then the rest of the track you stay in second a lot of the time. Some graceful transitions. I cut a little bit too much speed on that one, so I had to give it a clutch kick. And coming up here, this is kind of a long sweeper, so we're going to transition gently up to third, power out to the wall, and then come off back down to second while we coast, and then back on throttle, modulating through with the transition. This section here is excellent for tandem practice. I really enjoy driving out here. Just 4 huge S-turns, which I'm taking random lines through. Sort of distracted watching this red 180 in front of me. Then on the transition right there, back up to third, get too close to the wall and hit the wall, and then have to bail on that badass entry. At least that's the strategy that I just took. Now we've got a friend, so I'm going to try to lay down some decent tandem lines for them, which I'm going to clearly do by ramming my car into the walls, because that's how good tandem works. Now really, to try to do good tandem, you try to take, too wide, try to take wide lines. That was a little too wide. Sorry, Ronan. And if you're not good enough or comfortable taking wide lines, or if there's a wall that's going to mess your run up real bad, you can always just take a midline. Nothing wrong with midlines, especially on a track where there's nothing on the inside to hit. So back up to third on the transition. He's off throttle a little bit, so that we don't go bashing into that wall there. back down to second. Bring it around. I do that all the time. Oh, no teleport to pit button. Alright, we're doing it. Gentle on throttle while we figure this out. If you're too gentle on throttle, the car grips up, which can be unfortunate. So I try to keep a small amount of throttle on during transitions. I'm gonna go tight here though. Okay, he pitted. I was gonna go tight. Should have clutch kicked. And we'll try and do a cool entry here. So, up to third during transition. Hanging it out. A little foot brake. A nice boot from the gentleman behind me, which I deserve. And a little e-brake to get us back. Some healthy rev limiter sounds like we're making popcorn. Oh, beautiful proximity, brother. Can't wait till I get triple monitors because right now, oh, the grass. Right now all I can do really well is just lead and let people enjoy following. But when I get as close as this guy behind me, well, we're gonna get to read it now. Lexi, I think it said. If I get as close as him, I can't see the other car. So I don't mind to lead a lot right now. And it's good practice for me because I'm still getting accustomed to sim. Keep ending up behind this guy, and I don't know about how that's going to go. But it's all good. We do welcome drivers of all skill levels on our server because everybody who's good now used to suck. There's very few people who are just like geniuses. You know, we all have to start somewhere. And I know for me, when I learned in real life, it was a community of encouraging guys who were skilled. You know, the guys that you look up to at events that said, you know, it's alright. You don't... That was strange. Kind of like lost force feedback. Who said, you know, you don't have to be perfect. You can make mistakes. That's all part of the journey. And, you know, it seems like on the internet sometimes you get guys that, like, just talk a lot of shit if, oh, I'm dead. You just talk a lot of shit on people that are still learning and people who aren't as good as they think they are. And that's not cool. Nobody likes that. It's a lot nicer to build community rather than try to isolate your little group of cool dudes. So that's something that we try to do here. Always happy to have more folks out. MGZ, hey, what's up? Grassroot Digital, hey, how's it going, John? Yeah, I wish you were out here too. We'd be getting doors, it would be epic. Smithers would be long asleep. I don't. Sadly, I know who Smithers is, that's not clicking for me. Maybe I'm too dehydrated. Just enjoy doing a solo lap here. Throttle too soon and had to cut the track, ending up in the dirt. Tight modulation of the throttle when you're about to hit the wall because you took a bad line. It's a good skill to have. The people that make anything look good are the people who have made all the mistakes and learn from them so that they can catch mistakes when they're small. Like that. I went in too fast, but I was able to do some damage control. Keep that from ending up worse, and like that. Yes, I'm doing all this on purpose. I don't suck, I promise. I don't think I have the ability to change the track or anything like that, but if you all watching have any questions, comments, anything you want to hear me talk about while I lap this awesome track, let me know and I will check. I'll give you a couple of seconds and then I will hop over, because I, for YouTube, don't have comments displaying on my screen. I have to Alt-Tab over to my recording software to see them, which is kind of frustrating. Oh, too aggressive. Too aggressive. Ah, Team Usual Suspects. What was your starter, or are you still driving it? So actually, my starter drift car is the car that I've been driving for the past 17 years. So my dad bought the 180SX that I have, well, the 240SX, sorry, Japan mode, that I have now when I was probably in late elementary or early middle school. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. I was too young to drive. I wasn't really into cars that much. And mainly because I couldn't drive. So I just kind of hung out and grew up riding in that car. And then eventually I kind of discovered drifting and decided, nice dodge, but it would be fun to give it a try. And so I talked to Dad, bugged him a whole lot about it basically, and when I graduated from high school, he had taught me to drive stick in the car, and then he let me start driving it, he let me start tuning it more and more, and eventually I obtained the car from him. So I started drifting the car that you see on my YouTube channel that I'm driving all the time in 2003, as I suck at driving in sim because I'm talking. Yeah, and I've been drifting that car ever since. So I started drifting it bone stock. It came with a VLSD. It's a Super Hikus model with a 4-wheel steering. And then first mod I got for it was Cusco strut tower bars for the front and rear, because back in those days, like, there weren't rip-off brands really. Megan Racing might have been around, and at the time Megan was like, everybody said, you know, oh gosh, that's like cheap parts, and now there's so many other cheap parts that Megan Racing seems legit to people that are like new to the scene. No hate to them, but back in like 2003, 2004, they were not considered to be all that legit. So yeah, started tuning the car up, put coils on it, put a better diff in it. I was studying Japanese in college. I moved to Japan, put my car in storage, and kind of forgot about it for a couple of years once I got back and graduated. Built a supercharged A86 grip racer, which was super fun, but ultimately I kind of got tired of that, wanted to get back into the drift life because I really enjoy the scene and the feel. It's just so relaxing, and you don't have to compete if you don't really feel like it. You can just enjoy the driving, and sometimes competition, because you try so hard and you put so much expectation on yourself. It takes the fun out of it, out of the driving, that is. So I think 2014 I got my car back out of storage, and I had been saving up money all of that time. It was a dual cam KA car, no power adders really. It was just a suspension, brakes, and I wiped. Suspension, brakes, and differential upgrades. Which I wanted to focus on my skills as a driver and not worry about having a super powerful car to do all the work for me. And that's actually, I'm gonna see if I need to pit and refresh my tires. That's actually where KameTrick, the name, comes from. So Kame is Japanese for turtle. So like, if you were to say Kame no yo na osoi, that's like slow as a turtle. So what I had was a car that was stock, and it looked stock because it didn't have any exterior mods, it didn't have a big exhaust or a big motor, and people would think it was really slow, but then when you'd see it in the turns, it was actually deceptively fast, so there must be some trick to it. So kind of as a joke, I started calling it KameTrick, and it stuck when I was in Japan, and that's how it's gone. Yeah, I'm old. Happens. Why am I Smithers? Like, I'm down, but why? I think the last good internet diss that I got, which was a while ago, somebody said that I was wider than Ned Flanders. And it was because I used like sort of a rap song or a trap song in one of my videos from a couple years back, and apparently they didn't think that I had any right to use that style of music looking the way I do. I don't know. It ended up being all good. We talked it out. They were cool. I was cool. But I just thought, like, that's the most random, and like, I'm down. That's a pretty good diss. Mean tweets. It's all good. Close to the wall for this to be. Yeah, that was a little dirty. Bonk, bonk. Oh, I finally tagged it. I was really flirting with that wall. All of my transitions are just shit. Man, getting that entry feels so nice. I immediately botched the turn after it. That was almost a backwards entry. Siggy's out. Peace out, dude. Oh, little tap. We'll just cut through the grass. It's all good. One of the fun things about this track is you can basically drive the entire thing with your right foot. So I'm pretty much doing all of my line control and all of my transitions just by when I come off throttle, when I wait until it's where I want. If I wait too long, I have to clutch kick. I should have clutch kicked there. Roll into the throttle. We will shift a little bit. Throw a big angle to scrub speed. Even on the single monitor setup, I'm looking out the little sliver of passenger window that I have, well, driver's side window on a right-hand drive car. But really, from this point on, it's just off throttle, transition, wait, back in power, wait, and then catch it. Come up the hill, reduce a little bit so that we stay tight. On power, off power. Roll back into it to take the line that we want through this part of the track. Off to transition. Keep a little bit of power on during the transition to float the car. If we throw it hard, we can completely come off throttle and then roll back into throttle to catch it. If we don't, we need to keep a little throttle going just to help the car stay in drift, which I do for these two turns. And once we're good, we can roll in all the way, blast into third, try to get out to each wall, a little foot brake because of how hot we're going, and then a frontal collision, and we all die horribly. That's how you're supposed to do this track, minus the dying horribly part. Alright, comment reading. Oh, Smithers is a different bloke. Alright. My bad, I didn't realize Smithers was somebody else. TUS Smithers, I keep trying to get into tandem with you, but he's in the UK. Oh, yeah. So, there are some folks in the UK that come out to the stream and are in the Discord, but a lot of times the time difference makes Bash really hard to do. Like, I think we were starting at 8 p.m. my time. Very easy, but it was like 2 a.m. for one of our guys that's over in the UK, and so it's just a little too late. And for me, it's a little hard to start too much earlier than that because I got family stuff going on before I close everybody off into my little drift office here. But hopefully I can do that. How many rebuilds in 17 years? So I actually haven't rebuilt the car except for really my KA got pretty old. I wasn't that hard on it. It didn't make much power, so it was very reliable. And it had somewhere in the vicinity of 190 or 200,000 miles on it. And I started drifting it somewhere around 130,000 miles, 140. Never had to rebuild that motor, but when it started to have some issues, I actually was ready to get more power, so I swapped that motor out and went to a LS just because it was what I felt was the most affordable option, and I am nothing if not a budget-minded drifter. So even though there's not really any internet cool points among most people for doing an LS swap, I'm running it bone stock with the stock computer, and I put a motor in that had 110,000 miles on it when I bought it, and I had to rebuild the transmission after about 3 years of drifting it, and then I blew out the rear main seal last couple weekends ago after probably 4 or 5 years of drifting it. So It's done me really well. I might go ahead and rebuild it this winter while I've got it all apart. So 1, 2 if you count doing a full motor swap, which I kind of think you ought to. Everybody from TUS, the usual suspects, is in the UK. Chunky's S15 is 100. Haven't met Island Style either. I've got to meet more people who are doing online stuff. Sucks about no 2020 season at Mineral Wells. Yeah, so I'm hoping to drive. I mean, I plan to drive in 2020 myself, but yeah, I'm bummed out about Mineral Wells. I've got a couple videos where I went down there to spectate, but I've never actually driven out there. Which means that I'm going to be driving the Houston Police Academy whenever I make a real big trip. I'll try to do that probably once next year, and I will be driving Texas Motor Speedway, which that'll be fun. Of course, the ramifications for going off there are a little bit worse. Let's see. Ran across him on Sonoma driving my 787B chase car, and he was the only person in open drift that didn't wuss out. Oh, yeah, man, 787Bs are rad. I've seen that car in real life. It's and heard it. Whew, it sounds amazing. Garkworks, this is a nice track. First time on it. Thanks for the download. Yes, absolutely. I think Sumisuto Kart is awesome. Thank you for coming out and checking it out. Starlord, you are in the red 240. Is your stream name, or sorry, your Assetto name, Ghoulish, or do you know? I'll see. There's probably only one red 240 out there. Jacob, you're out. All right, dude. Thank you for coming out and driving with us. We appreciate it. Peace, brother. Really good at dodging hateful comment. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm I'm not about all the internet drama. I was born before all that BS, so it's hard to get me all that upset. You gotta have a thick skin to put your own mistakes out on the internet for everyone to see forever. Swamp Goat. That's a gnarly name. That's some Cthulhu shit. Come to Club Loose. Club Loose, Texas, I assume? Because I probably can't make it all the way out to other Club Loose. That's like, what, Jersey? I do want to. So my goals, we'll see. If you guys saw that I got hospitalized when I went down to No Coast Drift Party 9, I got the bill for that. That was $1,500 that I was not planning to spend. So I've got to get that paid off. And I was hoping to cage the car over the off season because my real car does not have a cage in it. I just haven't done any like competition tandem recently where a cage has been required. But a lot of the tracks that I want to run, like TMS, like Road Atlanta, I want to do some grid lights if I can. All of those kind of events, you have to have a cage. It's non-negotiable to even get it on the track. And so, stepping up to a cage is something I've got to do. I figure that's $2,000 or $2,500, which is already the cost of building like a great sim rig like what I've got. So, real life drifting is just so expensive that I've been doing everything budget-minded like. And all that to say that like coming down to Texas events and driving is something I very much want to do, but with that extra hospital bill, I am not sure if I'm actually going to get the car caged and be able to afford a whole lot of travel drift events next year. I always do one, and typically it's no coast. So there's a chance. It really just depends on how things go. I've been doing this for a long time, but not because I am rich. It's just because I very carefully manage my money and don't spend it on a whole lot of other things, like hospital visits. Ugh, that was killer. Being in a city, like I'd never been to Albuquerque, proper, and to just be in that much pain and have no idea where the hospitals were. I was afraid the 240 wasn't gonna hold up. I didn't want to risk it. So I took the truck, which still had its trailer, and the nearest hospital was like downtown Albuquerque. So now I'm rolling through downtown Albuquerque with like a 40-foot rig or whatever it was between my truck length and the trailer, trying to stay conscious. Just like, oh, it was so bad. Had nobody get in there. They finally admit me, give me some pain pills because thought I was literally dying. Oh, that was so miserable. Like, I knew what it was. I had a kidney stone develop, but oh, that hurt so bad. So then they're like, well, yeah, we can't release you unless family comes to drive you home. I'm like, guys, my family is 8 hours away. I have nobody. I'm out here in your state to drift randomly. Like, so I signed myself out basically and waited until I was over it. But that was not the adventure that I was going for. It was an adventure, 100%. Whoa. And I made some unique memories this particular trip. If you're curious about that, look up the No Coast Drift Party 9 short film video. All up in the grass. Oh, Lord. Sorry, guys. I think my wheel is getting tired. Sometimes the force feedback, either like, maybe I'm just getting tired. Yeah, I think I'm just getting tired. Sometimes the car picks up a ton of angle when I don't predict that it's going to. Or slides really far like that, which is a recipe for messing me up. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna pit real quick. Get fresh tires. Back to pits and launch. Urban Grit, what's up, man? Yeah, we rolling. Swamp Gut, Texas. Okay, yes, I can try to come out. I need to DM me some on one of my channels. Send me a link to some videos from out there, because like I know of you guys, but I haven't actually checked out the content from out there. Nothing personal, just staying busy with everything. So let me check out like the venues that you've got and everything. And I do want to get out too. I want to hit up a Lone Star event. I'd like to hit up one of your events. A couple years back, I made it out to Kansas. If they're doing anything, I'd like to hit them up. I'd like to go out to Arkansas and party with my buddy John at Grassroots Digital. That would be cool. You're going to Club Loose, Texas on Sunday. It'll be your first event. Yeah, man. Well, good luck. You know, take your time. Don't think too hard about it. A lot of times, your first event, like for me personally, and what I see, is as far as the quality of driving that you do. If you haven't driven in sim a lot anyway, it may not be as good as you're expecting, but probably by the end of the day, you'll be able to put together a couple of decent runs and feel good about that. And then hopefully you can quickly get out to another event to build on that. But if you've got any buddies out there, and if you don't, just like be nice to the folks around and make a couple of friends. Find some folks who have some experience in the area that can help you out at the event and then in the future as well, and connect with them, because really the networking is the best thing about it. And for me, somebody who learned just on IRL drifting, that is a huge part of it. So yeah, man, go enjoy it. It's awesome. The feeling of drifting in real life is just like so radical. It's so much fun. I like figuring out how to cross a river on my bike to go to the Team Bash event after work. Canadian River is more of a creek sometimes. Okay, fair enough. I'm not super familiar with that. But if you're gonna make it out to Team Bash, then I will see you out there tomorrow. I'll probably get out there in the vicinity of 10 or 10:30, and hang around till I don't know 4 or 5 probably. So I'll be out there. I'll have stickers, good times. Starlord is Champagne Puppy, Puppy. And Celerity is trying to bait someone into saying something bad about the usual suspects. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean, I actually don't know enough about the different crews to be able to do that. I just want to drive and have fun. And build a community of people who also want to drive and have fun. Granted, shit talking is fine, but I usually wait until I know people a little bit better before I give them a hard time. Oh, that was so good. And we're dead. I'll join in with these guys. If I can put the car in gear. Wow, you guys are faster than me by a little bit. And we're all dead. Braking practice for me. Parked it, I'll give you a boost there. Louis is throwing all of that gangster angle, even when he doesn't have it. It's alright. Oh, I thought he was teleporting back to pits. There he is. Need to attempt to do some chasing on my single monitor setup. Glide up behind here. Man, I always, well, 2 out of 2 times now, I have wanted to get on the left foot brake right then. And I should have just gotten onto e-brake. Come on, car, please. Alright, we'll try again. I think driving on a single monitor in sim, damn it, messes with how I would drive. And so I take like different lines because I know I can't see. I'm gonna do the Gran Turismo bobsled technique right here to catch up. I guess that was a proper backy. I just was not expecting it. Phased by the backy. Alright, I guess it's my turn to lead. trick about leading is to just not worry too much about the guy behind you. Easier to do in a sim than it is in your real car. As I hit the wall. But, you know, just take the line that you were going to take. Or if you want to try to be polite, try to take a midline. I've implemented a new mod for this. English, please. I've implemented a new mod for this session as well. Car radar, which is pretty cool. It's this little octagon in the upper left of my screen that basically shows if there's a car near me, ahead or behind, and then it uses color to indicate the proximity of that car to me, which is really nice when you can't turn your head and see what's going on. Granted, I don't have the ability to really like look at it while I'm driving. But I can, and I may have to play with the positioning of it a little bit. I can get a general sense for where folks are at and where I'm at. I'm still working on my peripheral vision to like remember that it's up there and notice it. Ah, got the wall. So like there I could wait until he was showing up in my car radar to see, so that we have an opportunity to do some proximity tamos. Oh. Oh, too much. Way too much. Yes, car radar is a sick mod. FS Dragon, is this on PC? Yes, it is. So, of course, Assetto Corsa is available on, I think, Xbox, PS4, and PC, but all of the mods are only available on computer. Unfortunately, the console world does not let people modify the game, and I guess it's better to say they have it set up in a way that it's very difficult to hack, and so nobody bothers. But on PC, it's just way easier to do mods or to hack the game, one of the two, and so you're able to get all this community support, and so a game that is as old as Assetto can still be enjoyed by everybody. So yes, this is all on PC. Loving the more consistent flame effects from the exhaust. Yeah, it's better. It is totally possible to join my server, Swampgoat. Check my last video that was not a stream, and it might even be in the last stream too. Look at my last couple of videos on YouTube, and you'll see an invitation to the Discord link. And so you can join the Discord server there and know when we're doing all of our events and what car packs and tracks we're going to be on. But then as far as just this server here, if you search for KameTrick, I think it's 2 words, like Kame space trick, then you'll be able to see the server, and as long as it's not full, you're welcome to. It's generally not all that busy unless we are doing bash. Yeah, but we're happy to have you. The more the merrier. Get 3 monitors and join the club. Oh, I seriously need to. I am waiting on the monitor that I have. It's a 27-inch to go on sale, and I'll buy 2 more, and then I'll be all set. Up there with Soul. Yes, Soul is red. I haven't done any Touge drifting in Assetto yet, no. I need to practice first. For me, the cyclical nature of these like circuit tracks, the circuitous nature, I'm tired, sorry. The fact that they're a circle allows me to learn the tracks a lot faster and become proficient And for the Touge tracks, since it's just a start and a finish, I really need to invest some time practicing them, because I would just be absolute garbage if I went out to do one right now. But I'm down to drift. I'm a big Initial D fan. I have played all the Initial D arcade games, which are not realistic, sure, but like those tracks I actually kind of know for how they work in Initial D. And I have tried a couple of them in Assetto, and of course it feels completely different. So I at least know the general layout of the track, and I can adapt to those. That is something that I could try to do here in the future. Oh, thank you. I deserve way more subs than I have. We'll see. We're trying. We're trying to keep that content coming, and the Assetto content is helping to grow the stream, which is awesome, and grow the awareness of people who otherwise would never have heard about me. So, you know, keep liking and commenting on those videos, share them with your buddies who you know are into cars. You don't have to spam it out to anybody who you don't think will care, but if you know somebody who's going to like the content, hook them up. If there's anybody I ought to collab with that's already making content around Assetto or sim drifting or real life drifting, you know, try to link us up. I'm down. That'd be cool. Grant, hello from the middle of Typhoon Hagibis? Hagibis? Majide, souyu namae ga aru. That's my buddy GH Harg 2. That's my buddy Grant. He is in Tokyo area of Japan, and he's been over there for about as long as I have been drifting my LS swapped car, which has been 5-6 years. I don't know. It's been a while. So, thank you. Watakunai yo desu yo ne. We're gonna speak some Japanese. JT Pro, if you want to get really good at hairpins, practice Irohazuka. Yes, Iroha is a super fun time. I would like to try that in Assetto. So far, I haven't been able to break away all of my driving habits from Initial D, where you can just do like crazy flat to the floor second gear stuff, and the car just, yeah, it was a bad time. So I've got to adjust. All right, Tugloaf says STF and start driving, and yes, I can. Let's do it. So we are on Sumisuto Kart 2018. It is a radical kart track on Assetto 4 PC. Nice and wide, with some walls to raise the danger level if you get a little bit too out of sorts. Mostly a second gear track. It flows fairly well, and if you have, you know, 10-20 cars that are all decently consistent that line up, you can get some really cool tandems. Right now there's not a whole lot of guys on. It's just been kind of a thin night. A lot of times we have a full server, but go up to third for the straight, clutch kick in, kill some speed, wait until we're sure we're not going to fly completely off the track. I like to keep my average speed a little bit higher than what I did just there, but we're all over the place. And it looks like there's some folks up here that I'm going to catch up to and then pass because they're wiping out. That's okay. What's up, Durs? If I can read that like 8-point font. Oh boy. Alright, let's go through that entry. As good as that should have been. See if we can't catch up. With some cheater inside lines. my side. Thank you, Car Radar. So we'll just go for the pass. Catch up to Girkworks. As we throw a little too much angle and park the car. I never do that. Oh. It seemed to be bad luck for everybody tonight. Like if I end up behind you, wipe out immediately. Stuff wall. It's alright. It's just a sim, it's not gonna hurt nothing. Let's see if I cannot invite everybody to stack up for a little bit of a train. Let's see if anybody will get my drift here. Probably not. I'll just hop into the back of said train now. And the curse strikes. Dirt. I seem to be pretty quick, so I'll just drive around and catch up. Sup, Jers? And everybody's pulling off to the side. What is this? Everybody wants me to lead. Well, I guess we can. Oh, I got the curse. Category 5 Typhoon in Tokyo today. It does have a super weird name. Nothing to do but watch drifting, heck yeah. FS Dragon, my wheel setup is the Fanatec CSW. It's a club sport setup. Pedals overlay, yes, I can turn that on real quick. I thought I had that on. I usually have that on, my bad. Pedals, I can't see which one is pedals. There we go. Yeah, there's pedals. Alright, back to... Oh, not back to the driving. I think the server just reset. So... I'm going to exit and see what it has reset to, because I'm down to drive for maybe, I don't know, 30 more minutes. Let's refresh. I think in theory we're all good. Let me see if it'll let me join. Take a quick break. Where all that stuff is set. Good drive. All right. Oh, we're getting straight to it. So yeah, everybody has their own style for drifting. As I just pulled the e-brake without clutching. Don't do that in real life, it doesn't work very well. You can do it, but it really works poorly. I've got kind of a finesse-based style to my drifting, so you'll see that I use my right foot to control most of the attitude of the car. When the car is stable in drift, I tend to floor it, and to transition, I charge up some weight shift with the steering and let off the throttle to cause the car to kick around. Then once the car is stopped coming around, I roll back into the throttle like that, and come out of it if I'm getting too close to the walls. So like here where I'm staying kind of close to the walls, I'll modulate the throttle just with my right foot. Some guys will left foot brake, which is fine. It's not really something I tend to do unless I'm tandeming. A lot of the time, if I transition too hard, I'm kind of out of luck, and I have to clutch kick to try and rebuild as much speed as I can, but really that was just a classic mistake that I shouldn't have made. But otherwise you can watch as I come off throttle on transition and then predict too much where the car is going to basically end up at when it transitions, and at that time I will roll back into the throttle to stabilize the car at that angle and let me proceed around the turn. Here I come off throttle a little bit because if I stay on it the car will float out to the outside more. And I don't want to get into that outside wall if I go too wide. I lost boost because I sometimes drive like I own a V8 car. No idea why that is. Oh gosh. Love tap. Guy gonna catch back up? Alright, just decided to wait a little bit. Big waiting through that turn because it's a sweeper into a decreasing radius hairpin. So you charge up a whole lot of vehicle speed as you're going up that sweeper. And then when you come into the hairpin, what's really fun is to throw massive angle and use that angle to scrub speed as the car too much sideways. Slide sideways, which is very slow. For me, there's nothing more fun about drifting than doing that. Oh, too much. Oh, I thought we had survived. That's alright, my bad. And the curse of me being behind you strikes, apparently. So we can look at Luxie's style of driving. see some differences for me. You see that he's on the brakes a little bit in transition, and then on the brakes a little bit as well when he gets out to extreme angle. So he's using more of a left foot brake technique, which you can do. It'll basically let the car stay sideways, but slow the car down a little bit. And that will result in gnarly backy being able to ride closer to walls with confidence. My style, you kind of throw yourself at the wall, and if you miscalculate, you're pretty much along for the ride as you bash into it. And he's gonna just get out of the way, because nobody wants me to be behind him, I guess. Oh, that's fine. Or I'll just plow into you. That's one way to make friends and influence people. Yeah, that Type X style. And this is a super fun track. Gurkworks, hey man, thanks for coming out. It was fun to slide with you as well. You're pretty good. I enjoyed that. Have a good night. FS Dragon, I might dump my money again into a wheel setup after my PC build. The only thing I can say there is get a good wheel. And by good wheel, it doesn't have to be a Fanatec. It doesn't have to be super expensive. But there are gear drive, belt drive, and then direct drive. And I'm going to assume no one who watches my channel can afford direct drive. But get a belt drive wheel. Thrustmaster 300 series, Fanatec CSL Elite, or this Fanatec Club Sport is what you want. It can transition. I mean, you see it. If you watch the wheel, I just let go of it, and it transitions so fast. It very accurately simulates what transitioning in a real drift car is like, and that is critical because if you got a belt or a gear-driven wheel, you're like trying to throw the wheel, and it's like this right now where the force feedback is active, and it resists that. So it's going to make you work so hard for something that's not going to feel like actually drifting, and it won't help you as much if you get into real-life drifting. But any of the belt drive options, worth it. Very worth it. Getting into, Ricky says, get into sim racing will cost you lots of money. It will, but it will get you into less money than drifting in real life. I mean, I probably spend, if I'm going to like 10 or 12 events a year, I'll spend $4,000 or $5,000 a year just on tires. And with that, you could build my rig and computer every year. So it's a lot, but it's worth it because once you have it done, nothing will probably break, and then you can just shred constantly all the time, and it's way cheaper per like virtual event than actually drifting is, of course. And it's a good hobby for sure. JT Pro, dude, I got a Driving Force Pro, 2 pedals and a sequential. Actually, I have a Driving Force Pro too, and I bought because I was playing Live for Speed back in 2006 or 2005. And I had that, and I think that those wheels are actually tolerable for practicing grip racing theory as far as like the lines and your apexes and whatnot. The pedals make a big difference, just being able to like roll your foot through the pedal like this instead of having an on-off button on like a controller. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about, because I've got one in the closet here. That wheel is just not able to rotate fast enough to drift, so it's fine if you're in grip, but if the car starts to get sideways, you are kind of out of luck, and you're going to just do this. You're going to be too slow on your counter steer, and you're going to spin out like a lot, which is for me frustrating and gets away from the fun of actually drifting. So you can see, like, watch how quick this wheel spins. Actually, we'll go back to that section of the track and you can look at how quick the wheel spins. It's sick. And you'll see that I like throw the wheel a little bit. That's just a style I have from real life drifting. but you really don't have to. I'll try to exaggerate my motions and just pull my hands away from the wheel when I'm letting it self-steer, because I can do some good stuff through this turn. Just like, check this out. You see that speed? I mean, I can't steer that fast with my own hand. The fact that I can just, like, open my grip up and let the wheel slide through my fingers with the power of that belt drive system, like, you'll just see it. I'm not holding it, I'm just very lightly letting it slide through my hand. It is so worth it having a belt drive wheel. I've watched videos. Oh, that's too fast, I'm gonna die. Yep. I've watched videos of guys with the Thrustmaster, the CSL Elite. Oh, what's up? And a few other wheels, but all of them belt drive, and they are able to self-steer quickly like this. Some people might nerd out about the Club Sport Fanatec, like, force feedback capability being better, and I'm sure that that matters, but for me anyway, I really don't, as long as it self-steers, I don't care too much about the whole rest of it. Like, a lot of the drifting, or a lot of the elements of drifting for me aren't about holding the wheel anyway, it's about letting the wheel slide through your hands, and so all of those times we're not even feeling the force feedback. Although it is really nice if you decide to play with grip driving too, which, if you heard earlier in the stream, I used to drive a supercharged AE86 grip car, which GH Hark 2 knows about because he helped me build it back before he lived in Japan. And so, like, grip driving, the force feedback is critical, but I don't know that you have to have something as expensive as what I'm using. I just wanted to go all in because I knew that I would really enjoy it. Oh, alright, I gotta get my mind right here because I'm driving like crap. Yes, low angle drifting is what you have to do because you know that the wheel's not going to self-steer enough, and so you don't want to get too much angle because you're just going to get thrown about and thrown sideways. And actually, when I drive real-life cars that have a low amount of steering angle or poor steering geometry, like close to stock geometry where they don't self-steer very much, I do the same. I drive them with real shallow angles because I don't want to count on my ability to intuit and like throw the wheel. I've got a rain drifting a KA24 E single cam car video that I put up a couple months back, and you can see in that I really struggle to make sure that I don't get too much angle into the car and wipe. Driving Force Pro and Initial D Special Stage for the win. Dude, I got so good at Initial D when Special Stage came out in Japan. Fastest 145 HP ever. Alright, let's see if I can not wipe out. That's too close to the wall, I should have known. Still too close to the wall. Still too close to the wall. It's like a magnet. If you start out too close to it, you're kind of stuck. But I want to follow this guy. Nicoletti. Looks like maybe from Brazil. Sorry, Ronan. I'm just cursing everybody by being behind him right now. Oh god. Why did I follow you into that? I guess we need to demonstrate how to do the first turn. Ah. And while we work our way over to that first turn, again, I'll talk through this throttle stuff. So, a lot of patience, and we roll in, charge up angle, let off the throttle to make a transition, and then roll back in to catch it. And when we like where the angle is at, we can give it full throttle. I didn't position myself where I wanted to be on the track during that last turn, so I never did give it full throttle. But if we do, like right here, we can just lay into it, and the car will stay nice and stable. Now for this, on the transition, we come up to third gear quickly so that it stays in drift. I actually flubbed it. So we will try again next lap. Because what you do have to do there is use very shallow angle as you come up the hill and transition into third gear so that the car stays in drift. And I thought I had it, but I didn't give it quite enough. As a result, the car was not able to stay sideways. But if you can, it sets you up nicely. Parked it to transition on the outside wall, and then hit some foot brake to slow the car down just a little bit so you don't blast into the far outside wall at the end of the turn. So we come up to third, shallow angle, more what not to do. So that time, and that's one of the, okay, fine, I'll leave it. That's one of the struggles of sim drifting for me is I know what to do and I know when to do it from real life experience. But I just don't feel the G-forces, and so there are a few times where I'll stay on throttle when the tires are lit up a little too much, and I won't detect it without weight shift. And so then I'll spin the car, or like I'll park it like we've seen a few people do, and you can see me do somewhat regularly when I'm reviewing cars that I'm less comfortable with in this pack. So you transition, you throw too much angle for the car, and then you can't get on throttle because if you do, you'll spin the car out. So you have to wait. While you're waiting, the car is losing momentum and you effectively just stop sideways in front of your tandem partner and they crash into you, and that sucks. And I always call that parking it. Alright, so we're working our way there slowly as I transition into the wall with a tap still. I don't know why I'm messing up now that I'm trying to talk about it. There I kind of parked it, but I was quick with to detect it and deploy a clutch kick as soon as I could safely to be able to make sure that the car stayed as fast as possible and it didn't mess anybody up. Seems like some of the folks, nice little tap there, that I'm following are having a bigger version of the problem that I had when I got into sim, which is that they transition the cars too hard. So a little foot brake. I don't know how I managed to retain control doing that. But ideally for that first turn, you go in as fast as you can in third. And when you transition on the wall near the start, you apply a little foot brake quickly. After the transition, you have to judge how much to use. Just enough that the car doesn't slide too far outside and bash into the wall. So I give it a little foot brake, and then I wait off throttle to see how much the car is sliding. And if it needs a little bit more, I start to roll into throttle, and if it needs a little bit less, I'll pull e-brake or use foot brake or both. And that's pretty much the sliding scale of controlling your line on the first turn at Sumisuto Kart. So we'll transition on throttle real hard, come up here, a little foot brake if we need it, a little power because I thought I slowed down too much, then I coasted to C, discovered that I had actually didn't need to give it that extra power, so then I was kind of down to second, waiting off throttle a little bit longer, and then finally finishing out the turn. So in that case, I slowed the car down probably the right amount, second guessed myself and thought I was going in too fast, and so then yeah, it was just all over the place. Thought I was too fast, I made it too slow. Thought I made it too slow, gave it more gas, and that was definitely too much. It's all a balancing game, and like a series of sliders that you move around to get the car where you want, how you want on the track. So here we go, we'll transition up to third, shallow angle. Also do that. That was too tight. Oh, I'm dead. And the same applies for all the other turns on the track. So like I pick where I'm going to transition, set up the car. That was too hard. Come off throttle, let the car transition, and then once it moves over, I roll back into throttle. This is a fun part where you keep it just sideways enough, wait for the right time to let off throttle and get big angle to slow the car down. But if you watch that green pedal bar, you'll see that I come off throttle, roll in, and then once I like where I've caught it, I can really mash back in. And if I throw it just right, I can go from basically full off to full on. Too much power, right into the wall. Whatevs. I'm gonna finish this lap and then check comments. I don't know how the guys that stream. Actually, I'll just check comments now. How the guys that stream more than I do manage to check comments while they drive. Maybe they don't. I haven't watched enough other streamers. Bet you won't reverse entry it. I go really in depth. I try to go as in depth as I can explaining things. I mean, everybody's different. Some people learn by just being told to get out there and send it. And some people learn by having a very like mathematical breakdown of all the stuff that's happening from a physics standpoint about the car and like suspension dynamics. And I have researched all that. I understand that to a reasonable degree. I don't usually go into that. For me personally, I drive a lot based on feel, meaning like weight transfer. So in a real car, you're feeling the traction of the front wheels through the steering wheel. They're directly connected, so how heavy the wheel is, and that's how force feedback works too, will tell you what the traction is at the front of the car. But in a real car, then through like your butt in the seat and your seat back, you'll be able to feel what's happening at the rear tires. And between those two, plus like just your sense of balance as the car shifts, you're able to tell what's happening and determine whether you need to give more power or less power, things like that. Because that's how I learned, and I rely very heavily, like I probably use weight shift as much as I use my vision to drive the car. It's very difficult for me to get into sim, and it took a couple weeks of practice before I was remotely decent. And I mean, when you see me try out these new cars, I don't really test them before I start filming. So a lot of times I'm garbage for the first couple laps, and by the end of the video I'm actually doing pretty well, so you can watch as I adapt to these different cars without feeling that weight shift. But for me, I like to talk about it in terms of what you feel as a driver through the wheel and like what you can control what too much does, what too little does, so that way people have an idea of like, here's just right. But if you're spinning the car, you're doing too much or too little of this. And if you're gripping up in transition and not spinning the car or drifting, you're doing too much or too little of that. That's kind of how I try to go about it with all my content. If you want to have a better idea of your G-forces, there is a mod called G-meter that's pretty useful. I will have to check that out. I don't know if I'll have the mental bandwidth to actually watch the G-meter while I'm driving, but I have seen things like that, I think, in like the older Gran Turismo games, where there'll be like a little circle indicator and you'll see it move around for cornering and for braking and everything. I'm going to wait to see if I can join up with a couple of guys as they come around the straight here. There's at least one car coming around. Or, no, I guess he hit the pits. Okay, here comes somebody. Nicoletti. I'm going to cheat and catch up a little bit here. Oh, man, I was rude. I'm sorry. No? Well, I won't make you. If you don't want me to be behind you, that's alright. I was hoping to tandem with him, though. But that is perfectly fine track. Well, it's perfectly fine if he doesn't want to tandem with me. Stopping in the middle of the track is fine for sim where you're not going to hurt anything. That would not be good etiquette otherwise. But basically, if the guy that you're trying to tandem with shows you that he's not interested, it's all good. Don't be upset. That is everybody's right, especially with real-life cars. They're so expensive, and we put so much time into these things. If somebody doesn't want to drive with you, like, that's their property. That's their call. That is one more reason why we have the KameTrick World Drift Friends, though, to get this big community of guys who are gnarly indeed, who are down to shred as I hit the grass and wipe like a tool. Alright, I'll see if I can follow Mike. I want to wait for him to come by, hang out in the grass over here. Oh, the grass always makes your tires slippery. And he's using like max angle, minimum speed, which is fine, but that's a very different style of driving than what I use. I do like to use a lot of angle, but I'm not quite sure how to follow that. Let's see. Nope, he's not about it. Ronan's one of my regulars. He's down to shred. So what I'm trying to do right now, something I would never do in real life, oh god, is use the G-meter, or the car radar, to figure out where he's at. So I'm like looking over here at the corner of my screen instead of watching what I'm doing. And sadly losing touch with my ability to tell whether the car is picking up angle or not, which is why I spin out. Oh, what's up, Swamp Goat? You're all good, man. The rest of the story of the old, underpowered, overdiffed S13. What got me into drifting as well. So, I got into drifting kind of weird. I got into drifting because I got hooked on Japanese artwork, like the woodblock prints, and then later the manga and stuff. So when I've always enjoyed art and had an appreciation for art. My major from college was graphic design, so the art styles of Japan interested me, and eventually that led me to develop an interest in the country of Japan and the culture. And as I started to learn more about Japan, I discovered drifting. This was in like maybe 2000. It was a good while ago. I was in high school, but I kind of got into drifting before it was really all that big in America. Like, it had come out, but I think it came out right about the same time as I was discovering it in Japan. It started happening in the States. So for the longest time, I kind of assumed that drifting was just for like pro drivers, and you know, that's just kind of what I saw on TV, what I saw in magazines. Looked like people that I couldn't relate to. You know, they had these crazy cars, which meant they probably had a lot of money, or what I didn't know then that I know now is that they just didn't spend the money that they had on anything else. You know, they probably had average jobs and just put all of the money into their cars, which is kind of what I have done at various times. I try not to do that too much now, just because it's nice to have some spare money in exchange for not having maybe the coolest car in the whole world. But then my interest in... Oh, there goes my alarm. I've got to call it a night pretty soon. Then my interest in like Japanese culture, which I'd also gotten into anime and manga at that point, led me to discover Initial D. And like, I already liked drifting some, and then it made me like it a lot more. But that's where I realized, like, oh, normal people who are like not pros in Formula Drift or D1 Grand Prix wearing like full fire suits and stuff, normal people can drift too. And I watched the show and realized, like, hey, doesn't my dad own that car? The 180SX. Sure enough. So that was kind of when it all clicked for me, and I was like, oh, hey, I could try this. So I started looking for events. There were none in my area. There was autocross. So I got into autocrossing because it was the only form of motorsport that I could do. You know, I didn't have a truck, I didn't have a trailer. I was basically like a broke high schooler. And so I drove on the streets as much as I could. Did a little bit of street drifting, but I didn't want to break the car, and I felt like I probably would, so I didn't do a whole lot of that. But at these autocross events, I started drifting the course on purpose, which is not the point. So autocross, if you're not familiar with it, is a time attack, a very budget-friendly entry-level time attack type of racing. So they set up a course using traffic cones in like a big open parking lot, and you run one car at a time. There's a defined start and finish, so it's kind of like a Touge style in that regard. And whoever gets the fastest time wins. But of course, people come out with Civics, people come out with Corvettes, people come out with Imprezas. So recognizing that the cars are different, there are different classes that you can compete in based on how good your car initially is, and then how much modification you've done to it. So the thing about autocross is, because it's in these tight parking lots, it's on like small tracks, like 20 feet wide, 25 feet wide is all that you get. And when you go to a lot of drift events in parking lots, they're like 50-foot wide courses, just ridiculous. Kind of like this. Like there's room for several cars wide out here. So I ended up learning to drift my low power car at these, messed up. I learned how to drift my low power car at these very tight technical courses, and that sort of gave me the background to continue drifting when I eventually was able to go to these out-of-state events, and then later I moved out to the middle of the country where there's fortunately a lot more tracks, a lot more venues to run, and at this point I can drift at least once a month. If I had the money and the time and the motivation, I could probably drift like 2 or 3 weekends a month. I can't afford to do that though, the tires are too expensive. Well, I think I'm about ready to wrap up the driving. I'm going to hang out in the chat for a little bit with you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of how I got into drifting, and then the rest is history. So I stayed into driving and kept doing motorsports, and I'm gonna save this replay real quick. If I end up wanting to do anything with it, I don't know. I stayed into it, just kind of built the car up slowly as my skills progressed, and eventually got to the point that I am at now, where if you check out some of the real life drifting on my channel, you'll see the same car that I started with back in the day. It's come a long way, I've come a long way, and you know, just taking it one step at a time and following your passion to lead to kind of a bigger level of thing. And I decided that maybe in 2017 I wanted to tell that story to people and be able to share the fun of drifting, not just with people who run into me at events and come for ride-alongs and stuff, but with anybody who's out there online and interested in the sport. And I wanted to show that you don't have to be rich, you don't have to have rich parents to be able to enjoy the hobby. Now, you may not ever be able to go Formula D Pro or anything like that without a little bit of good financial support or good luck on setting up sponsor deals, but you can absolutely enjoy drifting just as a regular guy, just doing your thing and being careful with your budget and your money. So that is the gist. Toshiyuki Ota-san, ohayou gozaimasu. Maybe? Is it morning over there? It's morning over there. Hi, please teach me how to play manual cars for Assetto. So how to drive like a stick shift car? Whole story sounds like a movie. Thank you. I mean, it's just taking life one day at a time. I didn't know it was going to turn out like this. I just tried to do what I could do, and like anybody, I got things I wish I'd done differently, and I got things I'm really happy I did do. So we didn't even get into the fact that I have now learned Japanese, used to live in Japan. I went to school over there for a while, and like I've translated for D1 drivers and all kinds of crazy stuff. So just, you know, figure out what you're into. Try a lot of stuff, figure out what you're into, and then focus on that. Even if it's not like your main job or anything, pick a passion and follow it in addition to whatever like pays the bills, because it leads wild places if you do it long enough. It really does. It's 2 p.m., not quite morning. Nijika. How to drive stick. I guess I can show you real quick. I'm gonna move the camera around. It's gonna get strange. See if I can talk through this. Can we see that? Not as well as I would like. So this is my setup. It is a Fanatec Club Sport shifter. So it's a 7-speed. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then if you push down, this will go over and up into 7. On the other side, reverse is the same. Push down, over into reverse. Let's see, I've left that server. I guess I'll just go drive single real quick. And we'll pop back up our stream. PC specs, I have a build video on that actually. So check, not to not to dodge the question, but it's just a much better way to answer it if you check out the build video that I have on that. Alright, so in theory, you can see my shifter now, and you can see pedals. So, I mean, from the very basics, Toshiyuki-san or Ota-san, we've got clutch in, into first. Unlike a real car, normally you'd roll in. I generally just kind of floor it because it's a sim. But, of course, the very basics are just using the clutch to shift. But assuming that we already know all that stuff, this is a different car. This is a Tando Buddies car. But we're going to pick our corner. I will use this corner at the end of this little straightaway, and we're going to do an e-brake drag. So we'll come in, clutch in, e-brake. And then let the clutch out and wait. And really, clutch in again here. You don't have to do a whole lot on this track in order to drift with a stick. Like, as you can see, I'm not really changing gears a whole lot most of the time. But where we will use third gear is on the first turn, because we go up this straightaway, and that's how a lot of the Japanese circuits are as well. You've got a big straightaway with a fast entry, so we're going to come up to third, clutch kick, oh, I went too fast, hit that a little too hard. This car handles a little bit differently than the car I was driving. It transitions more slowly and you have to drive it more aggressively, so I keep falling out of drift. The most important thing about your, we'll go up to third for this, about your manual shift cars is the ability to do clutch kicks. And this particular car is simulated to have a V8 engine that makes a lot of power and a lot of torque, so you don't actually have to. But if you had a lower displacement car like a SR20 or RB20 car, then what you do is transition with a clutch kick to help it. So we'll come in here, we'll use a little foot brake, we'll get back on throttle, wait, shift down to second, roll out, clutch kick to help the car, and here we'll like roll in and then clutch kick to help the car get back into power. And clutch kick to help the car get back into power. Again, I'm doing that for an example. Shift up to third, wait, while we're coasting, we'll shift back down to second. But yeah, I'm doing this as an example because this particular car makes plenty of power and I don't have to clutch kick it. But that's the gist, is be prepared to use the clutch like that to help the car transition and to help the car build speed back up if it loses it. And you can also do that when you come off your downshift. So here, I wait, I shift into second, and I'm powering up a clutch kick while I'm coasting. So when I come back on throttle, it ends up being a clutch kick as well. I'll try to demonstrate that here. So like, you clutched in, oh, too much wall. Okay, I'll try to demonstrate that next turn, sorry. So we'll come up to third. Damn it, I'm just unlucky. It's gotta jump up. Like, you can transition with the clutch in if you have to downshift, and then charge up a clutch kick like that, and release the clutch really firmly. Like that, to get back on power. So when you're coming around like a fast entry like this one where you're up in third, you can see me do that. So I'll transition the car, I'm waiting, see I'm off throttle, charging up the clutch kick, and then I'll release it like that. And that is pretty much the gist of how to use your manual shift to be able to do that. FS Dragon, make more streams. I certainly will. I guess I'll reorient to that. Something like, yeah, something like that. Yes, I'm enjoying the streaming. I do make proper videos that are edited as well, and in those I can explain a little bit better the different things about drifting that I have to share, and if people have questions I can certainly delve in detail into those at that time. But yeah, that's the gist there. Yeah, I think a 1070 and a 1700X would work fine for Assetto. Yeah, sure, Ota-san, I'm happy to help. Dotashimashita. Let's see, I used to play in a Sandy Bridge i5 and GTX 750 Ti. Yes, yes, and now that you've got that new computer, Grant, I'm hoping to see you in here soon, but we've already talked about that. You've just got to get that system figured. JT Pro 90 is what I'd like to be at for VR. Yeah, higher frame rates do matter more with VR, and VR is really complex and powerful in terms of the rendering, so you do need something more powerful probably if you want to go to VR. For me, I've tried VR and I can't even handle it. Like, it makes me motion sick, which sucks. So instead I have to settle for triple monitors, which currently I have a single monitor and I can not see out the side when I'm tandeming with people, but I'm waiting for monitors to go on sale, and then I'm going to pick up 2 more so that I can build a proper, like, off-camera triple monitor setup that'll wrap around like that, and then I can see out the side windows and hopefully really get down and party with everybody. VR is really cool. If you can handle it, like, I recommend trying it before you buy it, if you got a friend or anybody that's got it. But VR is very cool, and it's much more immersive because you have a different monitor basically for each eyeball. You really sense depth better and you sense speed better. I love it. I've tried it a little bit, but I can only do it for games that are stationary. I think I'm kind of a unique case, but I get like VR sickness or motion sickness, and I can only drive for like 2 minutes, and then I just feel wretched. I'm just nauseous and bad. So for me, I'm happy that I can drive in real life, and I can settle for a less immersive 3 monitor setup for sim, and that's still quite good. Plus it's a bit more comfortable because you don't have like this heavy headset on making you all sweaty, so that's kind of a side benefit. And if you edit videos like me, extra monitors are helpful for that too. So a couple different ways to go about it. Yeah, Grant is rocking that RX 570 and vanilla Ryzen 2600. I'm just limited by the monitor's refresh rate. How are you liking that machine? Is it ripping? I'm really liking mine, and it's like a year old almost now, but I'm so happy that I did this build on the computer, especially for the editing that I do. Like, I overbuilt for what you need to game, but because I also edit, and it turns out that getting the RTX card with that ray tracing feature, it's great for streaming as well. That was a happy accident. I'm really pleased with this setup. JT Pro says, yes, I've got a headset and I have played Assetto with it. It's kind of weird and scary, but it worked for me. But it can be annoying to set up. Some of the newer ones that don't require like monitors that you place out in front of you to detect the headset and everything's just on the headset, those are nicer. But yeah, I mean, like I said, VR is super immersive and it's really fun, but at the same time, at the moment, like with the way technology is, you can kind of only use it for VR, and triples you can use for work, you can use for fun, you can, you know, watch TV while you're also like chatting or on the Discord or whatever you do. So that's pretty cool. Multitasking with an M2 SSD and 6-core 12-thread is glorious. Heck yes. I know. So good times. Okay. Oh, you do have the one where everything's on the headset. I would think that makes it a lot better. I borrowed an old school Oculus Rift where I had to have like 2 of the little lighthouse type things to set up. So it was like 1, 2, 3 USB ports used up just by that alone. It was all right, but like I said, triples are going to be the way for me. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up and call it a night. So thank you all so much for coming to hang out. I really appreciate the support and the conversation. It's been a good time. If you have any thoughts for how I can make the streams better, feel free to let me know now or later in the comments on the video, and I will continue to try to drop. I can't do a whole lot, maybe one a week, because I'm trying to do my edited videos, which is once weekly all the time. That's going to be real life drifting, that's going to be sim drifting, and occasionally it might be something else, but usually it's drift related or drift car building related. Like if I have to pull the engine, I might document that and make a video about that. But if there's things that you want to see me talk about in more detail, any requests, again, if there's any like partnered YouTubers that I need to hit up to collab with, let them know, let me know, link us up. It's all about the good old power of networking. So, Grant, oyasu Trav Demand, thank you for the stream. Thank you. I really appreciate you for coming to check it out. I mean, I've got the fun job of getting to drive, so the fact that you guys are getting some entertainment value from watching me drive and not being able to hop in yourselves is awesome. I try to add a lot of value and a lot of commentary, and I'm happy to BS, talk about what's going on in the world just during my day, or specific drift related things and like hardware setup things to make it enjoyable for you guys. So I really appreciate you. All right, I will see you guys later. Take it easy. Peace. Oyasu nasai. Johnny.